Greetings everybody, Random here for episode 4 of CI Survival. So last episode we ended by tracking and murdering someone in cold blood, because that's what we do. Some of your comments. So one of your comments was, I might have accidentally... Yes, so I need to run back to Ada. Let's drop that meal. Ada currently has a flak jacket on, and she's about to die, and I need to try to strip her before she dies. Okay, there we go. Because otherwise, this flak jacket was going to become tainted apparel. Luckily, I did that in time. So there's still a lot of stuff left out there. Yep, Ada died. Yes, oh no. There's still a lot of stuff out there to stockpile, but I'm kind of running out of room. What I really need is I need to be able to sell stuff. So let's get warm first, lose our hypothermia, and then... Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's not very smart. Alright, I'm gonna move the grow light. And I'm going to move one of the heaters back up north, because it needs to generate light for the research bench. I just sort of thought of that. So we are heading into summer, which is a great season to be headed towards. It was a very short fight. Okay, so now let's go ahead and caravan the rest of this random smattering of stuff back to the base. Alright, that is a lot of junk. Wait, we seem to be... Oh, I didn't do that right. For some reason, some of the items... Oh, no, come on. Some of the items I'm queuing up are getting ignored. It's probably more my fault than anything else. We're getting stressed because we're being overworked. And now we're gonna try to dump as much of this stuff we have into stockpiles. Alright, let's reinstall one of these heaters as a source of light, not just heat. I kind of forgot about that. And let her do some wreck. So we have a psychic drone, she observed a corpse, colonists died. There's a lot of little negative things nagging at her. Alright, and then to make sure we don't constantly observe corpses, let's go remedy that. Ooh, a blight. Alright. This is why I have plant cut set to relatively high priority. I have no idea how a blight virus or whatever, I don't even know what a blight is in real life. I don't know why it would exist, given that it's probably so cold that viruses and bacteria and things of that nature don't exist out there. I'm almost done with the comms. I think I can... I'm just not going to worry about the slightly further out corpse that's out there. It's far enough away that I'm not going to see it on a regular basis. I just like to try to keep the base clean. This machine pistol, how much is this worth? 220? That might not be... That might be good to hold on to. Even this revolver is good. Just thinking about smelting the weapons and stuff. I might not want to smelt all of them. Because pretty soon I'll have a comms, and I might want to do some trading with that. I think I'm really going to need some more space, though. I'm going to wait on that, actually. Thinking about the cost of the comms. Alright, that revolver I could smelt. Let's do a little smelting. Oh, yeah, that's a really good spot for it. Trying to think how I can move things around so we don't. Let's smelt the weapon first. So obviously this is letting in a lot of cold air while it's open. Fortunately, it's just about summer and a little bit of cold air is not that much of a problem. What is in my stockpile? The tailoring bench won't decay if it's out there, so what I'll do is I'll haul the bench outside, and that makes... There's a spot right there. What are you talking about? Ooh, another meteorite of regular stone. Alright, so now that stupid door is closed. What else do I have in my stockpile? Oh, gold doesn't deteriorate, but it's I can stockpile it with the silver. Jade and gold. That will save some room. Alright, so now we have a little bit more stockpile room. Go ahead and remove that one. We're getting everything nice and smelted. Looking around the map, seeing if there's a ship part I forgot about since last I played. Bolt action rifle that it's going to deteriorate. It's not even worth my time. I'm going to leave this for when I have a pawn that's slightly better at mining than I am, than Serra is. So we are having trouble keeping up on the needs here. I am... Okay, so she's upset by darkness. I might as well space these heaters out in such a way that it brings light to the most areas. Trying to make this area illuminated. Alright, so checking the needs. Darkness is now somewhat remedied. I'm going to actually order a cut plant on all of them so they're all at the same stage of growth. It is a waste of food, but it makes it so that when it's grow time, it's I can just do it in one big work order rather than multiple little work orders. So far, so good. Alright. I don't know why the mood was so low, but we've got it back up. I think I'm going to send her out for the ship chunk. That, in my mind, is kind of the last thing to do out there. I don't really need to do anything else. Unless more stuff fall from the sky. Doing a quick inventory. Yeah, I think we're good. And I'm just going to let her haul it one at a time, because she was stuck indoors for a while. Gives her a little break. How's her batteries doing? Alright, we're generating positive power. That's swell. Fill up on the recreation. That's good. Nope, not generating power anymore. Peace talks. That's nice. What is my social anyway? I could try peace talks. They're probably not going to go well. I'm probably just going to get shot for doing it. I would do it if I had more than one pawn, but going by yourself, you can't kite the way you can. Oh, let's turn this off. What am I doing? You can't kite the way you would normally, so look at that excess power. Lovely. Yeah, these solar power generators really been a flop. I was wrong to try to use them. Alright, one more thing I was going to think of doing is... Alright, inside the base there is no snow. Someone questioned whether it was... I had snow to clear in here. I might as well just add it all to snow clearing. So if there is any snow, I clear it. But yeah, inside the stockpile, they were worried that there was... Oh, there is some snow cover, actually. I take that back. Some of it was cleared, but not all of it. Okay, so that was slowing down movement. Really what slows down the movement the most is that it is ice and not a nice surface, and that it is not illuminated. I could illuminate it. You know, I honestly could just put a standing lamp here, and that fixes the whole... Ooh, chunk. We still have steel left out there. That fixes the whole need for the heaters to be spaced out in the way they are, but I'm going to keep it the way it is now. So we are very close to being done with microelectronics, which is swell. I don't have much going on, so I'm just going to haul piecemeal. And I realize I have 60 steel out there I've not used. But let's get the comm bench done first. And then I have to pick where to place it. Because I don't really have a spot on the map that's large enough for a comm bench. Unless I move a bunch of this stuff. It's kind of strange. I could hypothetically put a comm bench here. Yeah, maybe I do that. Maybe not. That's a good spot for workbenches. Alright, so we have microelectronics. Now I need a comms console. I was thinking to put it there, but I think that's just a bad use of space. So what I'm going to do is, because I love symmetry, I'll prep the other side too. So I can always put a cremator on the other side. Of course, Molotovs are honestly probably a better use of my resources than cremation. Alright, if we're building a roof... Oh, yeah, let's definitely harvest first. Alright, I could put all this back. I like the little bedroom we've got. It's cute. I do have to, maybe sterile materials, but I have to decide on what the next... I think smithing. I'm going to work towards turrets, which means I need machining, gunsmithing, I need a lot of stuff. That is a lengthy research. Part of the difficulty of this playthrough is that we don't have turrets fully researched at the start, which are really lengthy and expensive research projects. Alright, so miscellaneous, comms console. Easily have enough steel and components for that, no problem. Then of course we have to keep it plugged in, so that's just kind of an expensive thing to have plugged in. It's the equivalent of like a heater. I want to put the bedroom back to the way it was. Frantically running around here, back and forth, back and forth. Alright, so we spread out the heat and light generating objects. I wonder if we can use that pin. Less psychic soothe is nice. There's no one to talk to yet. Guess if we're not doing anything, I'll queue up some steel hauling. It's midday after all, it's about as warm as it's going to get. The second of the summer. And then temporarily I'm going to set clean to be of high priority so we can shovel some snow. Not fun stuff, but I'm contented. And even though this part isn't roofed off, I can shovel there too. It doesn't, the rainfall on this planet is minimum setting, so it doesn't snow very often. So if I find myself clearing the snow there often, I can always turn off that shoveling requirement. But so far it's not much of a hindrance. There we go. Now we're starting to generate some solar. Guess there was a lot more snow than I thought around the base. I like how we play chess for a minute, and then we go back to clearing the snow. I think we're just about done. Let's get some blood drops. And we're done with cleaning. Okay, so let's deprioritize clean for a bit. And we have new cargo pods. Ooh, of actual medicine. Okay, sweet. Let's go ahead and form Caravan and grab both. Guess we're still using the flak vest. But oh well. Did you see that corpse? You did not see that corpse. Good. And another harvest of rice. Oh, a solar flare too. Well, the solar flare is in the middle of the summer. I'm just not even gonna sweat this one. I'm good. I'm very glad I'm harvesting the rice though, because it's the last one died of cold. That was phenomenal timing. Okay, so the stockpile here could be veggies. Let's remove this one though. And that way we have a place to haul this rice. Now, of course, it's during a solar flare. I should probably stop moving about the base so much. I'm not even hypothermic yet, so I'm just going to wait this one out. The inside of the base isn't even cold enough to give me hypothermia yet. I'm good until... Alright, I'm good. Now I'm starting to get hypothermic. But not even. Bring it on, solar flare. You can't hurt me. There we go. Now I'm starting to shiver. Providing it's a short one, I'm not going to worry. Yeah, see? Didn't need to worry. No sweat. I can't even path there. Yeah, I kind of forgot that the comms console is unempathable. I think we're pretty well recreated. I'm just going to set it back to anything. Slept in the cold. That you did. For the first time in a long time. Well, we went to all that trouble of getting the comms console up and running, and we really don't have anyone to trade with. You know, actually, I'm gonna take a quick detour and do carpet making. I could also afford to put a little steel stool here, speed up our cooking just a little bit, and turn this heater on, speed it up even more. Oh, the stool trick doesn't seem to be working. It's probably because we don't have a chair, maybe? I'm not quite sure. Alright, let's see. I'm actually curious, science-wise, as to why this isn't working. Unless, hey, maybe it was patched. Yeah, it looks to be patched. Now that it's underneath me, that was working. So maybe that's what I'll do, is I'll just put the high-use stockpile right underneath. We have enough battery power to keep this heater on. I'll just keep it on. It's only negative 40s in the outside ring. That's, of course, because we are midsummer, when it's nice out. Let's get the rest of this cooking out of the way. Alright. Are we... I think we are definitely netting more food. Veggies and meals. Yeah, we're definitely netting more food than we are using. Which is a very, very good thing. We haven't actually prevented any sickness yet, unfortunately. Alright, so we're stuck indoors. Let's go ahead and do something fun. My idea of fun might be a little disturbing for some viewers. Which is to say, burning corpses. Leaves a nice snowless blob on the map. Because it almost never snows, it's very evident of where I burned corpses. Here, here, here. Yeah, you can pick them out pretty easy. That was falling debris or whatever. Not my fault that one time. Alright, comms console. Some prisoner requests and peace talks. Southern Sophia or whatever. Wow, that's a weird name. Bulk good trader. Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead and build the orbital trade beacon. You know, do it kind of quickly. Probably should have already had one. Plug that baby in. And call in the bulk goods. Okay, so, what is going on here? I don't think I need components. They don't have wool for me. I could sell the jade. What does that net me? Only 200? Yeah, I might just, well, keep it. I can certainly sell crappy clothing, and I should probably move the beacon around to do just that. They have some gold for sale, but let me look really closely. So I definitely want, I have 23, 180, 177. I want 177 wood, so I have a 200 wood stockpiled. I have so much. See, the issue is I have so much steel. I could buy a bunch of it, and that would really benefit me, but I'd be worried that I'd be overlooking something more important. So I'm going to do this carefully. This shirt's probably pretty warm, but it's pretty costly. I'd rather just buy the wool and make it myself, because there is markup. Alright, I think I'm going to want 16 gold. I think 50 is the requirement for the microanalyzer. But actually, I'm gonna do one. I'll buy all their gold out, just because gold is pretty handy to have. I'm gonna buy 100 plasteel. And then I'm going to buy 200 steel. About 200 steel. Okay, that's a lot of resources. Let's go ahead and reinstall this here. And go ahead and sell anything I don't need. So wolf skin, we only have 60 of it. I have a lot of pig skin, so I'm gonna rely on wolf skin. Psychite tea, you know, I should keep some of that. I wish I could buy more uranium, but I can't afford it. We have a lot of junk clothing to sell. Some of it's actually selling for some nice stuff, too. Dusters, synthetic jackets. I'm gonna keep the good parka. Pretty crummy toque, a regular toque, because we want wool toques. And then I need to reinstall it here. This is the problem with not having like a centralized stockpile, is I have to run around and yeah, that's fine. So now I'm just going to put the trade beacon out of the way. And only the wood is deteriorating out there, but it's not worth waking her up to deal with. Good trades, man. That's pretty good trades. One thing I was planning on doing and I need to do is an armchair of pigskin. Nice, comfortable armchair. I think we have a nice food surplus. We have 30 simple meals and 34 survival meals. I can do a run of cotton. Instead of... I'm going to ignore this message because I just have too much resources outside of the base and not enough time to deal with those resources. I'd be worried that the raiders would just like steal my silver or gold or something like that. Make off like bandits with it. Normally I would offer shelter and see if the pawn was any good, but this is just too much hauling and too much valuable stuff that I potentially would have go missing. Alright, so we have a lot of backup wood, which is awesome. In case of solar flares, fires, or solar flares mostly. But hey, whenever we need wood, some other benches need wood and stuff like that. So there's that. Trying to merge it into as few stacks as possible. And the comms bench already pays off. I have a decent amount of plasteel, a decent amount of gold, some silver. Making myself an armchair. Oh. I could also make a dresser and that stuff too, for better sleeping, more comfortable sleeping. I'm not sure if there's a good ROI on that though, because all this does is I don't know if that'd be worth it. It's a small comfort bonus, but my pawn isn't really becoming uncomfortable often. Alright, so we have a good armchair. The comfort level of this is 90. Comfort level of the bed is 84. So it is more comfortable to sit on the chair to research than it is to sit on the bed. Yes. And I think they're omnidirectional. So I think I can use this chair for eating, chess, research. I use it for everything. Sitting on my pigskin. So now if we look at the comfort level, we got 90%. And yes, I could raise the wooden bed's comfort level up a bit. In fact, with my construction level at 11, where previously it was at 8, I could even make a better bed. If I really wanted to buy a lot of wood, I would attempt that, but I'm not sure that's a really good use of the wood that I have. Honestly, I think it'd be kind of a waste. Oh. I don't know why I kept that cloth parka. It's not that the bulk goods people are long gone, but yeah, that cloth parka definitely could have been sold. Guess I overlooked it. These cotton plants are growing pretty fast. We are researching carpet making. As soon as I get an additional pawn, I need to consider filling this room up a lot more with... You have a parka and a toque. Yeah, you might actually make it here. Good for you. Hi, Raven. Are you any good as a pawn? Kind misandrist. I think that's kind of an oxymoron. But hey, guess what? You are gonna be stripped, looted, and burned. So congratulations making it to my base. You have won a free trip to heaven. Or hell. Or wherever. Load, 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 load. And cancel caravan. Don't worry, I'll keep you warm, Raven. I wonder. Nope, hypothermia keeps going up. Being set on fire doesn't remedy that. Bye-bye. I'm so evil. Oh, man. So I think I've kind of made the decision. Oh. Heyo. 2 of you. What is this, like, sort of the Fibonacci sequence of raids? Alright, let's consume a meal. And get back out there. Using the wind turbine for cover. Not ideal. Alright, any good pawns here? Not there. Oh, careful. Well, you're a careful shooter, fast walker, but you can't shoot for shit. And they're just dead outright. Alright. Do you have stuff? Yeah, you have some stuff I can sell. How fast are you walking? 355? And I'm walking... Well, I'm on ice right now, so that's not a good indicator. Yeah, I'm catching up. I'm gonna get you, then I'm gonna eat you. Yeah, their hypothermia is gonna kick in too. They're gonna become even slower. Come on, make a hit. Can't you die peacefully? No, they're actually gonna make it out. Oh no, they're about to get serious hypothermia? I don't know. I don't know what's gonna hit first. There. There's serious hypothermia, now I can really close the gap. Few last miracle shots. Ooh, yep. Destroyed your kidney. Look at that. Persistence wins the day. Only a few cells from exit, but you're down anyway. So as you can see, I'm not... Ooh, so I switched shirts to heavy wooden, heavy fur, whatever, wool. Not bad. A little bit of an improvement. Alright, I really need to be recreating. Yep, so I'm playing chess backwards on a chair. You know, the way you used to sit like a cool kid at school. And we are pushing towards halfway done with carpet making and halfway done with growing the cotton. That's what I like to see. Raid, raid, raid. On Randy Random. So we're a year in, by the way. I forgot to celebrate the year-anniversary, but we're a year and 6 days on this frozen rock. I would say if you, in your own playthrough, survive a year, that's an achievement in its own right. You've survived one entire weather cycle, and as such, you've achieved long-term survival. I think making it through the first winter is really the biggest challenge. And if you make it through the first winter, you know, depending on how horribly Randy Random treats you, you're pretty much on easy street from there on out. I'm not saying that this is easy. Certainly, when you build a ship and you have to defend it, that is going to be crazy hard. But it is not so bad. Alright, we are pushing towards midday. I think I'm going to get those ship chunks. Kind of forgot they were out there. They must be new? I don't remember them being there. Maybe they've been there. One of you guys are going to correct me and be like, oh, you're so stupid, they've been out there for months. Which is probably true. And I'm probably just forgetful. Okay, so here's something different. I'm at heat. I'm at weight capacity, so I'm going to load all the components in, and then I'm going to haul the steel. And that way, what I currently have in my gear weighs more. Yeah, I mean it's kind of exploity, but you know, why travel twice when you can travel once? Oh, our steel stockpile is full. Well, look at that. And the cotton is looking kind of nice. And another bulk goods trader. Things are on the up and up. Okay, where's my beacon? My beacon is here. Plug that in. And this time, it's mostly going to be selling stuff. Ooh, you trade in human leather. That doesn't creep me out at all. Alright, let's move this around. One day I'll have a proper stockpile. That day is definitely not today, or maybe even anytime all that soon, but one day. They still don't sell uranium, which is a big womp womp. Alright. These parkas and toques. Do you sell plasteel? You do. I'm just going to break even with plasteel. Which is to say, not much of it, because that stuff is expensive. And moving the beacon one last time. Parka. That's it. Buy some plasteel with that. I think what I'm going to do, seems weird, but there's just so much junk everywhere, is just caravan it all back to base. Because it's just like little pieces of stuff here and there. It would take kind of a while to haul it all. Okay. We have a decent amount of plasteel. I'm kind of tempted. Yeah, I'm going to wake her up. I'm kind of tempted to buy as much plasteel as I can, because I'm not going to have... I might not have the opportunity to purchase plasteel anytime soon. So, 50 of it? Just shy of 50. 46 of it. Let's try for 47, and we'll sell 3 pigs. Plasteel is precious. You know, I'm gonna buy one more, just to have a nice even number. I feel like that might come in use. The amount that I have to trade away to even afford one more is pretty ridiculous. But now I have a nice even 175. And I still have plenty of pigskin. I have 87 of it. It's enough for quite a lot of things. And no silver. So if we look at my graph, my wealth graph, as you can see, it's gone down once again. because trading is inefficient. You don't get a one-to-one price. You know, you have to spend money. So, transport pod crash. Maybe it's good pawn. You are certainly warm. My goodness. You don't do any sort of labor whatsoever. Okay, so you are just... I see. I was hoping. I'm actually at that point where I could take on another pawn, given the amount of steel I have, and I could make a bed, 2 bedrooms. I could actually afford it, but not when the pawn's literally refusing to do all types of work that exist. What can he do? Let's shoot and social. That's about it. So he's like a suave, quick-talking cowboy. But that parka I just put on, the Mega Sloth wool one, it is nice. Alright, Todd. I will attempt to keep you warm for the rest of your life. Where's my Molotovs? Oh, I'm holding them. Yeah, duh. I really need to switch weapons back. There, Todd. You are warm for the rest of your life, buddy. The noble. Lordling and lord. I mean, that makes sense, right? Not a very good pawn to have, but I guess if you were a lordling when you're young, you'd be a lord when you're old. So some of these more distant corpses, some of the really early ones, are starting to deteriorate, and they'll eventually disappear on their own accord. Wow, this one has not deteriorated at all. It takes years. I mean, if you look at this one, dead for 1.1 years, only 41%. I'm surprised no polar bears have wandered through and gone, ooh, food, because God knows there's an excess of corpses out there. There's a lot of calories, I'll put it that way. If I was a cannibal, there is a lot of calories to be had. So I haven't had a lot of food poisoning as of late, which is pretty cool. Let's see if there's any reason why. So the cleanliness, this is a workshop and it is fully clean. I think that's probably the main reason. I'm not cooking outside, I'm cooking indoors, and I'm cooking in a clean environment. Normally when you play, you have soil and dirt and sand, and you track that into your base. Snow doesn't really get tracked in, and there's nothing that generates dirt. So one of the joys of a sea ice playthrough, there's almost never filth. It can't generate. There's no... interestingly enough, the way the game works is the terrain you stand on generates the filth. So hypothetically, if you lived in the forest and you managed to put floorboards on everywhere, you would generate a whole lot less filth as well. I mean, that's just the way the game works. Alright, so I'm going to go back to a run of rice. But we have a fair amount of cotton for when we fully finish the carpentry research. Figure as long as the grow light's on, we might as well get that going. Alright, so carpets are done. Going back to smithing. And floors. I'm going to put in dark carpet. Obviously, we're going to need more than what we have. So let's dark carpet up the spots we can see first, just to be aesthetically pleasing for us, and then I'll grow more cotton for more carpeting. So it's now slightly impressive. It's getting better. If we look at the attractiveness, rather than -1, it's sporting a 2, so it's gone up by 3 for each cell in this area. And then another big boon is walk speed. The walk speed of the entire carpeted base is a lot faster than walking on ice, for obvious reasons. Which was another reason to carpet up the walkway here, is I'll be able to walk around more quickly. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, rather than constantly be fighting the lighting, I'm just going to build a little lamp here. Reorganize the bedroom once again. Just trying to get the feng shui right, you know? I'm sure you guys know what I mean. Feng shui is just off by a little bit. It's just enough to bother me. Alright, that's a little better. Shoot frenzy, cool. There's nothing to shoot at. We have enough for 2 more carpets. Let's go ahead and craft up the last 2. It is weird to be carpeting up the farm, however. I definitely acknowledge that that's kind of a strange thing to be carpeting, but I'm doing it and I don't care. So if we look at this room now, oh, we created filth. Carpets create filth? I could be wrong about that, but hey, we created filth. We can always set clean as a high priority. So maybe it was just ice that doesn't generate filth, and that carpets do for some reason. Not going to worry about it, but if you look, it is more beautiful, and if we look at the needs, it is, it is more impressive. Okay, we are currently trapped inside. Let's go get rid of that negative feeling of being trapped by burning some more corpses. Oh, but we're tired and hungry too. At least my mood's pretty good. Come on. Come on. Okay, he's on fire. Now you remember why it's nice to be indoors, don't you? Okay. That's the people I have the most rep with. So I guess that should matter to me somewhat. Well, here's the thing, people. I am just about out of time. I'm up on my hour. I've really been loving all the comments. Certainly, I feel the love. A lot of you are very enthusiastic about this playthrough. I am super excited. I'm so happy that I could be doing this. If you have suggestions for future playthroughs, I am all ears. And if you have any questions, comments, feedback of any sort, drop me a line. I'm doing a pretty good job of responding to all of you. If you have stories of your own attempts at this, I love to hear about them, because my experience in this playthrough, obviously I've been blessed. I've had a lot of good things happen to me. Sure, I've had some raiders. Sure, I've had some solar flares, but I'm not constantly under siege being murdered by everyone, right? Like, I definitely could be. So yeah, drop me a line about how you are experiencing this playthrough, how it has been for you, if you're trying it. I know some of you are really excited to suggest some other scenarios for me to play, like nomadic scenarios or melee only. Maybe I'll mix both. Regardless, I hope you tune in for episode 5. This has been episode 4, and I'll catch you all next time. Adios, everybody.